What's crazy is that you come to Bangkok and you literally don't, like we're in Bangkok now, and not that you guys would know because you guys just don't follow me, but um, you don't feel like government here at all. Like first of all, you don't see any cops, which is a little bit scary because if anything went wrong here, like they would never know if there was 20 people with loaded guns walking anywhere. There's no cops in the city. That's the first thing. But the second thing is, first of all, there's barely any like real crime. At least in our area.
Not like we've seen. They definitely will be crime.
It's just where we are. There's definitely shootings.
It's just on you could say a smaller scale compared.
Bangkok is known to be a safe city in some aspects like that.
Yeah, but it's just on a smaller scale. That's why, you know, if you condense everything down to a percentage, then it's obviously way smaller than if you say London or.
Should we pull up a chart?
What percentage of?
No, just the crime levels in Bangkok.
We can look afterwards, but the crime levels in Bangkok.
You feel safe, bro. Come on. Like,
but then again,
you don't feel.
I could imagine there's definitely a very big drug problem, and I will 100% say there's a whole
huge drug problem and prostitution and trafficking.
Yeah,
child trafficking. Like, there's crazy shit that goes down. Like, there's not crime that you think.
Yeah,
of
it's
crime.
not like you think.
It's not like you're gonna get harmed or stabbed down the street. You know, it's not crime like that. Like,
there's probably a lot of organized gangs and stuff. I would guarantee. Not that I've seen anything.
It's just when a city this big in Bangkok.
It's impossible to not. There's drugs in every single.
Come on, half these millionaires.
There'll be drugs in this fucking building. 100%.
This building?
There'll be drugs in this building. You'd be stupid.
Drugs, not drug dealers. In this
not drug dealers, but there'll be drugs in the building.
Oh, of course. It's drugs one of the capitals for that
drugs
shit.
Is fucking take.
You go to Bangkok if you want any drug.
Drugs has actually taken over the world. As drugs is actually the biggest industry, and that's fucking. It genuinely could be the biggest industry because, like,
it's the easiest money of all time.
No, I'll actually go into that because. Everyone, like, you see all these stupid little drug dealers on the bikes going around the UK and stuff.
Yeah, just the UK.
And how does it get into there? And how have they got their hands on it? Because they don't have people flying in bricks of cocaine when they're literally selling drugs for £30 a day on a bike.
Crazy.
There'll be someone above them, then there'll be someone above them, then there'll be a contact, then they'll know people in the police to then tip them off. It's such a corrupt world.
It's the easiest money ever too, which is kind of sad and scary, how easy it is to make money selling drugs, but also the easiest money. The thing is, like, when you get into that, which I hope none of you guys do, it's sad because the second you get into that, the risk of you getting killed probably goes up by about 95%.
Oh, so easily.
Because once you get into drugs, you get into guns and...
gangs. There's always someone after you. There's always going to be a target on your head the second you step into that.
Oh, they fucking know about you.
What about when you're trying to deliver something and you get robbed? Oh, then you now owe your own dealer all that money.
Which could be...
And then they're like, you have to work it off by doing this.
And then that's don't do it...
That's how they groom people in. I'm not sure, you probably don't see it because you're from a really nice neighbourhood. But, no, they tried, though, I was telling you in the UK, they tried to groom kids into it. Like, when I go to school, when I was back in school and stuff, you see kids like 11, 12 years old, dropping out of school, doing drugs, selling drugs every single day, going about on the bike, selling weed. And the thing is, they'll get paid £40, £50 a day. And that's not a lot of money. But when you're 11 or 12 years old, you get paid £50 a day, £300 a week. People on minimum wage sometimes don't even earn £300 a week.
Yeah.
If you're 11 years old, that's how you get so far into that life.
But it's like that in America too, in many
100%.
places.
Then you start hanging around with those older people. You start thinking it's cool. You start thinking it's street cred. Then you start carrying knives. That's how it will spiral up. That's how it spirals up. Then by the time you're 18, you've already been doing 7 years on drug dealers, 7 years on the road already.
Very dangerous, but you know, and people that do it for a party, even though obviously they'll say it's non-dangerous, but listen, there's no such thing as doing it safely. When it comes down to it, you can validate it. You can say it's fine. I'm not talking about weed in particular. I'm not saying it's healthy, but weed is not a dangerous drug that will make you out of control if you have an edible, because it just doesn't. You can disagree with me, but it doesn't do that. I'm not saying I smoke. I don't. But I'm telling you that I'm not referring to weed. But any of these other drugs, you never know what could happen. You can spiral out of control. They could be laced with something. That's why there's 300,000 people a year in America that die from fentanyl overdoses, or it could be more.
Fentanyl.
Fentanyl, because people just lace it. It's like these random. Sometimes it's even just 16-year-old kids or girls or boys that wanted to go to a party and they had some drug that's from the wrong place and it was laced with something.
It is something like they have it in the UK. It's a genetically modified drug. It's called Spice. So it's 6,000 times stronger than weed. Imagine having a hit of that. I've never smoked weed, so I can't really imagine what it'd feel like doing a drag of weed. But 6,000 times stronger. They walk around like zombies, and there's so many of them. It's actually common. People in the streets like zombies, just frozen like that all the time. You see them everywhere.
So dumb.
But whilst we're on this topic of vices and all the shit things, do you want to talk about? Obviously, you mentioned it to me the other day. He was like, "Yeah, back at the start of the year, I was just smoking here and there, and go into that and go over to why because someone needs to probably hear this.
So yeah, I'll be honest with you guys. I've come a long way in the last year. Like, I'm not rich or anything. We're both on the verge of doing something great out here, and I think it's a matter of time before we get blessed beyond anyone can imagine.
Fuck yeah.
I do. I think I'll go from. I think at some point I'll gain over 100,000 followers in a month. I genuinely think that will happen. But anyway, I wanted to go back to I was never hooked on drugs, right? I was never addicted to anything. As James said, we were both. I don't think either of us were ever addicted to anything. I would know if I was addicted. It was never hard for me to stop doing anything. But again, that could be just in my head. I'm validating it too, right? Because I never was a smoker during the day. I used to hit my pen, my wax pen. I'd use my fake. Go to the dispensary. Get like a cart. I wouldn't go crazy with the actual weed or anything like that. But I'd hit the pen 25, 30 times a night while I was working my 9 to 5, just to kind of escape reality. And I'll tell myself, oh, it's not bad. It's not slowing me down because it's just at night. And the reality is, any amount of smoking, I told myself for so long it wasn't slowing me down. I had spurts where I stopped, continued, then I was around people at work, so I continued doing it again. And then it would just become an every night thing. I'll say, oh, edibles aren't bad. Oh, this isn't bad. It's not going to slow me down. And then eventually I woke the fuck up when my friends called me. He's like, yo, dude, when are you going to ever stop? I'm like, nah, I don't ever plan to stop. I told him this, this is 5 months ago. I told him, nah, I don't think I'm ever going to stop. There's just no point. It's not slowing me down. I enjoy it. But
it's stupid. It's just, if you're saying that, if you're telling yourself that, though, you're only validating it for you. Everyone else knows it's bullshit. You know it's bullshit.
It slowed me down simply because when I started chasing my business even when I was doing that, but my business didn't go anywhere. I didn't start putting in real effort in life and truly changing any daily habits. Don't tell me if you smoke all day, you're changing your daily habits. You're not. The first step is quitting, and I'm not saying it's fucking easy, but having an edible a couple of times a week when you're trying to quit is fine. But I'm saying smoking every day and trying to build up your business and daily habits, it doesn't go together. One day I just didn't buy more. I'm like, okay, I'm just not gonna do it, and I just didn't do it, and I haven't done it since then, and I don't give a shit. I don't have any withdrawals. I just don't give a fuck because I'm just succeeding more than ever, and it's worth it to stop 10 times out of 10.
So what was the reason for you obviously smoking every night? Because
it was just when it comes down to it, you can validate it. I can say, oh, it helped me sleep, but we all know that's bullshit, right? It's just an escape from reality. It will make you feel good. You go on Omegle, you're high as balls. You go on TikTok, you scroll, you're high as balls. You watch a movie, it feels good to watch it when you're high, which it does. But it's just an escape when it comes down to it, when you don't like your reality. I like my reality now more than when I smoke.
With zero substances.
Yeah,
you can't buy the feeling of anything that we probably do currently. You feel more satisfied than ever. And like I said, I've never really smoked.
You don't need drugs to feel good.
I don't know what...
It'll make me feel worse. I'll start tweaking and bugging.
I don't know what drugs feel like, but when I was back in college, when I was obviously doing construction, every single person around me, every single one, there was maybe, I think there's probably one or two that never drunk or did drugs, but every single person who I was in the class with, they would all just do drugs. All the time.
Is productive.
Couple times a week as well. You think, I'm just going to go out for one pint on a Wednesday night. Then they're fucking buying a bag of Coke.
Yeah.
Then you're like, well, what's going on there? How do you go into that?
And that's college. That's considered productive.
Yeah, but then they'll talk to each other and, we're doing drugs all day. Yeah, went on this weekend away. We did fucking cocaine, ketamine. And like, what? So you're thinking, if you step out of that thing, that's good. Go and have that conversation with your parents. Have that, this weekend we did loads of cocaine, did loads of ketamine, did loads of weed, got off my face, fell asleep for a week.
That's such a... If someone said that to me now, I remember I was in Israel, right? I went to Israel for a gap year. I'm Jewish. I'm a proud Jew. Mm-hmm. So I went to Israel after high school, and people used to talk about, this crazy shit, even with girls, right? I'm not slamming, going out with girls is not bad if you do it in moderation. You're still getting stuff done. It's not bad. I've done it. I've went out with people. I'm not saying it's the worst thing and you shouldn't do it, right? You should do it. But it got to the point where people were saying, I clapped this chick. I got with this girl. I got with this girl. And it was a challenge to see which guy could get 10 in bitches or one guy got 20, and to see if the next guy could get 30, and to see if one guy got slammed and got into a different fight, and to see if this guy hurt another guy for no reason. It was the dumbest things ever. If someone does that to me now, I just laugh at them. You are a genuine loser. No one's cool. You're not cool. I'll tell you what being cool is, if that even fucking matters. Being successful is what matters. Building yourself up, becoming a better person is what fucking matters.
Because who gives a fuck if you're like, I had a fight last weekend, or I shagged 4 birds last week.
Fucking dumbass.
Then they'll be like, mates, how many birds you smashed this week? How many you smashed all in your life? You're like, what the fuck? Does that even matter? Because what?
Just means you're a fucking loser. You need to fill more holes.
It hasn't made you any money.
Yeah, exactly.
It hasn't really done anything. But you're probably going to never speak to him again. So it's just a waste of fucking time, money, energy, waste of jizz, waste of everything. So you just think, what's the point? And then
so dumb.
People just get caught up in so much bullshit.
And the thing is, it's a never-ending cycle because society doesn't talk about how these things are bad. Yeah. They talk about how not going to college is bad. Oh, they talk about how speaking up for
or like the ones, why don't you drink? What?
Yeah.
You don't drink.
They talk about how balance is good. They don't tell you the real shit because the reality is, you can disagree with me all you want. You can say, what do you mean by society? We all know who I mean, and I'm not going into details, so I don't get canceled. We all know you exactly. I can know exactly who I'm referring to.
You fucking names if you want. Name drop.
Name drop. Exactly. It's like, where's I going with this? They'll tell you the wrong shit because they don't want most people to be successful. If everyone's successful, if everyone's going down the same path as us, then everyone's gonna build up their mindset. They don't like people like, no matter who you vote for, no matter what you do in life, they don't like people like Andrew Tate. They don't like people like Donald Trump. They don't like anyone that speaks. I'm not saying Trump is right or wrong. I'm not saying Andrew Tate is right or wrong with anything he says. I don't agree with everything both these guys say, but I'm saying they don't like anyone that speaks up against what they have to say. And I'm not saying they're right or wrong, but there has to be two sides to everything. We're at a point in the world where there isn't two sides to everything if one side is being censored.
No, and then even going back to what I was saying, with the two sides, you either drink or you don't. And I don't get why people don't understand that there can't be a middle ground. Like, you fucking weirdo, what, you're not going out? Ring you up on a Friday night. You're coming out drinking, you're coming out, no, I don't drink. Why are you pussy? Just have one. Come on, just go out. Then they're trying to peer pressure you into something.
I was peer pressured into a lot of shit
they don't necessarily want to do it anyway.
Yeah.
But then they're peer pressuring you to make them feel better. They're like, well, I'm not interested in drinking. Go on, it's alright, I'll buy you some drinks. I don't drink. If you said it was religion, it'd be completely fine. But because it's not, and because you have a different choice or a different view on the world, people then sort of think you're a fucking nut job and think you're absolutely mental. Like, someone's like, why the hell do you quit your 9 to 5 to start a business that has no money? Like, I just have a vision. I just want to try and do it this way.
It has no money until it does.
Exactly. Everything's until that point. It doesn't work until it does.
And every millionaire, they had no money until they're flying private.
You don't succeed until you do. But that second that you do, all that work's gone unnoticed, and everyone's like, it's overnight success.
You're not going to remember
it's
how
all of this shit. And then the thing is, everyone says it's always the best time now, when you're trying to get there. Because when you get there, they're like, well, there's no struggles then. Obviously there will.
There is.
No, there will be more, but everyone says...
It's a different feeling when you could buy whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, because you have such a higher comfort barrier. Like, you have so much of a higher one. Like, I couldn't necessarily sit around for fucking a month and doing nothing and just go on a flight here. I could, but I just couldn't at the same time. Fly here, fly there, do this, go out.
Not backpackers.
No, but I'm just saying that I wouldn't feel comfortable doing that at this point currently. But everyone else is like, oh, you're going to Thailand? Oh, you can go see temples,
It's not about being able to afford to travel. It's about... Listen, if we wanted to, we can be touring Singapore, Malaysia, we can go to Cambodia, we can go to Vietnam, we can probably hit them all within 3 weeks, but...
We're on a world trip.
There's no point of that. I told people, enjoy your travels. I'm like, you can call it travels, but I'm not going to enjoy my travels because I'm not traveling. It's like if I was traveling, then great, that's a great thing, I'll enjoy it, but I'm not traveling, The whole point of anything we're doing in life is to build yourself up. Even if shit doesn't go smooth here, doesn't go smooth there, no matter where you are, the point is to build yourself up. You cannot build yourself up when you're... Obviously, you can adapt to anything. I'm not saying you can't, but it's hard to build yourself up when you're not setting yourself up for success in a way. If you're just traveling, the mindset of traveling is not the mindset of grinding.
No, because the people are such in a scarcity mindset. Again, I always talk about scarcity. Then the thing is, they're like, I'm going to find out how I can live the cheapest, eat the cheapest, have the shittest quality of life, but I get to see loads of things. But then you're like, well... You don't ever get to experience anything luxury, so how do you want anything high quality to come into your life?
You know what's crazy also?
What?
Have you ever heard, you've never heard of someone, there's no one that's trying to start a multi-million-dollar business or personal brand that's just going to go on a world traveling tour. When have you ever heard of that? Of a successful story? Once they get rich, I'm not saying they don't travel, because they do. But I'm saying, with someone building themselves up, when have you heard they
It's only those, it's literally them Instagram travelers. That's the only one. And everybody will probably come here and try to be an Instagram traveller. And
I keep it real on my vlogs. No, but I don't do shit.
That's what I don't do shit. I work all day. I sit here or in Shai's room and just work.
Until the day in the life
is
fucking boring.
At night time, fair enough, you can go out, you can go on a walk, you can chill, you can maybe watch Netflix once a week. I'm not saying you
fuck
can.
That.
No, but
fuck
you can.
That.
You 100% can because you
I'm not
think
saying you can't.
That you worked out. There's over 150
there's
hours a week.
There's hours. Yeah.
2 of those. I'm not saying those 2 is.
You can fucking watch Netflix, bro. Who gives a shit? I just don't like it. Okay?
No,
I don't like
absolutely.
watching TV
No,
shows.
I don't watch anything ever, hardly. But the thing is, to completely say like you can never drink ever, or you can never do anything. You're like, well, if you think you obviously want to do so many things with your life, but then you also want to sometimes enjoy it. And I'm just saying that as on a real one. I'm not going to be one of these people who pretends to be a fucking robot and does nothing all day.
They don't. Even people that build themselves up, well, most of them will go out and get a couple drinks. Like
I know, but everyone likes to just be like, well, it's. I'm not saying you should do it or you shouldn't do it, but I'm just saying everybody on the internet somehow is like they'll have the same script and they'll say the same bullshit. That's why you open the Instagram.
I will not cut out.
So after that, so with that being said, I'm looking for 3 more people. I'm like, if I had that
fucking value. Oh, with that being said,
with that
calorie deficit. Oh, the perfect arm day, the perfect this.
This is the only chest superset you need.
No one gives a shit. The real problem in society is not getting in shape. It's the people. I've been on hundreds of calls. The main problem holding people back is their mind. It's not thinking I don't know what a calorie deficit is. I've done it.
It's not the workout.
It's not thinking I can't give them a good workout. That's never been the reason they don't sign up. It's a mental barrier holding them back. If it's a financial objection, whatever it is, it's always a mental barrier holding them back. It's never a bullshit thing. Telling them you know how to give a calorie deficit, great. Good luck being successful as a coach.
Yeah, exactly, because that's not even what's going to give you a result. Obviously, it plays a part, but you can be in as much as a deficit as you want. But
it's like jumping to step 3, but you haven't done step 1, so you'll never get to step 3.
Yeah, you're only doing like 10% of the equation. You're
not even 10. You're doing 0 because you haven't even made it past the first step, and that first step is like a wall. And until you break it down, until you develop the mindset to start, then maybe you'll get results once you break it down. But if that wall's up, great. Get steps 3, 4, 5, 6. Hire a coach that teaches you how to do a deficit. But you'll never get past it because the wall's going to be right here the whole time.
No, it's like
the
people who will sign up for your program and feel like they're taking that jump, but then because the money is so small, it's so mundane to them, they don't even bother to commit or ever show up to a call on time or ever book a progress call or ever stick or ever ask you any questions where they're struggling, and then they'll never do a workout and then they'll wonder why they don't ever see results. I have people in my program that have done fuck all and I've never spoken to them, and that's not my problem because I reach out to them every single week and say let's do this, I'll make the changes, and then they don't do it and they don't make the changes.
We both have people like that, and I could mention names all day. And it's sad, have many clients. Thank God, I'm blessed to be helping many people, and they actually are thriving, and they can all attest to it. And I have a lot of testimonials, and so does James. But there are those people that will just sign up and they're not going to listen to you. And if someone's not willing to take an advice from a professional, then they likely won't succeed in their journey.
It's all just self-worth though, because if you believe you're worth it, you'll do everything you can every fucking day. Yeah. If you don't want to do something, that's completely fine. But it all just comes down to you're just a pussy, and it is.
Just a bitch.
You genuinely. You are just a pussy because if you're going to say you want to get in shape, then you put down an investment, and then that investment is not even big enough for you, even though for most people it is, a lot of the times, and then you still don't do it, then you're just born to lose in every aspect. If you can't commit to a workout, come on, nothing can save you. Nothing. No fucking mindset trick.
To be honest, the number one is to start.
No mindset trick will ever help you out.
Working out is a starting point for anything great, in my opinion.
I don't think you can have a life without fitness, and that's just being genuine. I don't think you can become successful in any area. Obviously you can, but I just don't believe you'll ever be fully fulfilled.
Listen, most billionaires are fat as shit, but at the same time...
Yeah, but you're never going to be truly fulfilled with the physique you've got.
They'll never know how it felt to really stay true to themselves and really commit to something, right?
No, it's just because
they're committed to their business, but they forgot the gift of life. So what's the point?
Yeah, people have focus in so many different areas.
Yeah.
They'll have the focus in the vices and chasing shit that just temporary shit that will not even ever matter. But then when it comes down to their own life, then there's no priorities there. Then everything slips, and then they get nowhere. And then they wonder why they've got all this money, but then they've got no family, they've got no relationships,
no kids,
or having divorces and struggling with every aspect.
Doing fucking snorting coke as a 60-year-old on their yachts.
Exactly, because they're the only things that they will then find enjoyment by doing. Because once you understand the enjoyment comes from working on yourself, if you've never done that, you're only ever going to look for enjoyment from external things. If you've never gone to the gym, you won't know what going to the gym and being in shape feels like. Yeah. You'll only know what going out and getting those drinks makes you feel like. And obviously that makes you feel good. So that's going to be the one that you run to.
It doesn't make you feel good.
In the moment, it 100% makes you feel good.
It doesn't make you feel as good as...
No, but if they've never done that and they've only ever done the bad things...
They think it makes them feel good, but it really doesn't.
Yeah, exactly, because they've never experienced that other side.
It's like drugs don't ever make you feel good. They only make you feel good because your life is so shit that you hate your current situation. If you didn't hate your life, then drugs wouldn't make you feel good.
Yeah,
I truly don't believe they make you feel good if you like your life. Imagine you wake up, you're driving a nice car, you have a gorgeous watch, you have a gorgeous wife, a gorgeous family, a beautiful house that your family lives in and you can provide for them. You're telling me you would need drugs then? No, you wouldn't, because your life would be good and you wouldn't need that shit.
Yeah, that's the other side of male life that no one will ever experience because no one is ever willing to put that work in. That's just the truth. They only go to that because they never know what something else will feel like. If you had the two options, you'd choose the second one every time. You wouldn't think, I'd rather go get fucked up every day than have a successful family and a business and everything that you can do.
Yeah, but by like I've said this to people on the phone even in a different type of way, but by doing that, you're not directly saying I don't give a shit about my health, but you are saying that it's more like if someone goes out drinking, and I tell them, yo, it's time to make a change, let's do this. Let's invest in your goals, and they say, no, I just can't do it. I'm like, well, you're spending $2,000 a month and going out. They're like, no, I just can't do it. So I'm like, okay, what you just told me is going out and getting drinks and eating shit is more important than your health, which is what you say. It's about what you do, right? So I just put it into words. If you're doing that, that means that's what you preach and that's what you say. Because what you say is what you do, it's all connected. What you do is what, it doesn't matter if you say it. If you're doing it, then I can tell you, okay, that means it means more to you. If your health means more to you, chase your health, right? That's why I'm saying everyone deserves to change. You can still change. I'm not saying you can't. But I'm saying if you're going out to drink and do drugs instead of chasing success and being the person you want to be, that means that going out is more important to you. And going out drinking with losers is more important than success. You just have to be real. Wait, this drink I'm having is more important than a lifetime of success and a good family. That's what you have to tell yourself.
It's only just, everything's just fucking priorities and people around you because I know what it's like to have those people around you. I'm not saying you have to stay with it because that's bullshit if you believe you have to do what everyone around you does. But if you are doing that, then you will be like them.
It's just almost dead.
The camera's nearly dead. So what, we're wrapping the video up? Fuck vices.
I don't know when it's going to die.
Fuck the vices. They do nothing but hold you back in your own life. If you want to continue living that life, continue doing the same shit.
That's why you have to invest in someone that can help you. I don't give a fuck who it is. Find someone you connect with, whether it's me, James. I mean, those are probably the best, but you can find other people that you connect with. Invest in your goals, invest in change. Instead of making excuses, okay, you're telling me you're not where you want to be, then invest in making a change and get the help you need. That's what help is for. I would not be where I am alone. I wouldn't be close to who I am. Get the help you need.
I don't know why you want to do anything on your own anyway. Why would you try and go trial and error for 10 years?
Not even 10 years. Talk about your whole life and not even...
Well, that's why no one gets to success. But then if you just think, you know what, I'm just going to pay this person and it's going to take me a month to find what's going to work. You choose. It's your path. But if you want to continue going down that same path...
Then again, we're totally supportive of you doing that.
We're totally supportive of you doing that. If you want to fuck your life on drugs, go ahead.
Do that, but you likely won't be here.
Go ahead and you can watch this video in 10 years when you're fully addicted and you
no family, your relationship.
You have nothing with your life. You have nothing at all. But
it's sad. I hope it doesn't happen to you.
You wanted that fun time, so
it was worth it. You know, those losers, the women that don't give a shit.
You get ready for it, and you go out this weekend, and it will really, and get your heart broken all the time from all these random shit. You keep going ahead and doing that.
No one listens to me. I was talking to this guy on Instagram that messaged me. I was talking to a couple people. They're like, yo, how do you be success? I want to change. I'm like, bro, if you won't cut out the people you're around, you will never change. And the next week, they went out and got hammered on a college campus. Come on, bro. Come on. If you're not gonna listen to me, I just help people out. If you listen to me, your life gets better. That's my phrase. If you listen to what I say, your life gets better, or you can do the opposite, and your life will get shit.
Well, you're living proof, and so am I. The people that have listened to me have made the change, that's it. I've made the change, and everyone around me who's worked with me has made the change. Shai's made the change. So it all comes down to if you want to change your life. It's all in your hands at the end of the day. You can listen to anything you want. You can watch as many podcasts as you want. Until you're truly ready to just do it. And there'll never be a perfect time, by the way.
I don't even respond to coaches in the DMs that aren't serious. We don't respond to anyone. We don't even follow some people back in our own mentorship program. I'll just keep it real because I don't give a fuck. Because they're not legit. They don't actually want it. And anyone that just is all talk, they're saying they want to change, they want to change.
I had a guy
they won't do it, then don't
I had a guy this morning. I was like, all right, then let's get on a call because it's going to take a lot longer to message you. Like, no, I don't really want to invest, and it'd be just better if you could send me voice messages. So I thought, so I'll just give you all this shit. I'll give you all the knowledge that's already on my page. I'll just take the time out of my day to give it to you because you're not willing to invest in yourself. You can get fucked, and I just left him on open. I'm not going to go out of my way. Obviously, I help people for free all the time.
People want that shit.
But the thing is, if you're blatantly telling me you're not willing to invest, I'm not willing to invest my time into you.
If someone tells me they can change my life for a couple $100 a month, that's a no-brainer for me. I don't give a fuck how much money I have. Even when I was working 9 to 5, that is a no-brainer. If someone tells you they can change your life for a couple $100, that's a steal. For what we do, we should be charging $5K a month.
So
we fucking don't, and they will be charging that at some point.
Yeah, get ready.
Not yet. It's still a long time.
Get into the program now while it's a little.
Prices are going up for both of us.
Get into the program now while you can still afford it.
I provide too much value for the amount of time I spend doing it.
I know, and it winds out all of the time wasters and the losers at the end of the day because you just start to attract a person that's already been very successful.
Yeah.
And then they already have all the discipline in other areas. All it comes down to is transferring it and getting those habits right.
And you don't even have to be rich to do it. It's just about, it's about priorities. If your drinking is more important, then I'd say keep drinking, fuck up your life, don't have the relationships you want. Or you can use that money to invest in your goals. And again, the simple math always checks out. I'm always right about the math. I can break it down. I've done it before. Numbers never lie, by the way. So it's your choice.
You hear the man. I feel like that's about it for today's episode because the camera may die. But listen, don't fuck your life up. You've only got one.
I believe in you, but get the help you need. The Instagram for this account is in the bio. If you reach out to the account, one of us will respond and one of us can change your life. So
change your life now.
Stay tuned.